Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today I'm sharing a Christmas card with you. It's a snow scene, and I just love the snow scenes. And actually what I really wanted to do was use this little deer that comes in that set, and I love this little tree too. So I wanted to incorporate it into the card, and this one turned out super pretty. I really love it. You have two options here. I did two different ones, and they're gonna look, the backgrounds are gonna look a little different because we're sponging, but I kind of like this darker one better, and I like this is a bigger circle. I'm using the layering circles, and this one is a smaller circle, but both of them are so pretty, but you can do whatever you like. I wanted to focus on that center tree, and that is, stamp set is an oldie but goodie. It is Stampin' Up's longest running stamp set, which is lovely as a tree, and it's this one right here. I used this one last year to do a bunch of my own Christmas cards. I love this one, and then this time we're going to use that and just kind of try to focus on the center one, kind of have him in the center of it. But it is super pretty. So we're using Lovely as a Tree. I am using the Merry Patterns, which I'm just using the Merry Christmas from this. This is a hostess set. This is one of my all-time favorite sets, and it is a hostess set. And then this was the Carols of Christmas, so I am using the little deer out of here. It's so cute. I love that little deer. Right, so that is all the stamp sets that we're using. Let me set these aside here. And you are going to need a piece of 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is the thick Whisper White. It works best for card bases. And then this is 5 1/4 by 4. And this is going to be our inside piece, what we're going to stamp on. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do, you're also going to need a scrap of Whisper White. The first thing I want to do is stamp our little deer. I'm going to use some soft suede for him. And let me do him this way. He's so cute. I just love this little deer, and I've been really dying to use him. And then we're going to run him through the Big Shot using the framelit. Now the framelits are the card front builder thinlits, and this is an awesome one. This is the one that came with the Carols of Christmas as a bundle. So you can get this as a bundle with this stamp set, and you'll have just about everything you need for this card. And you can use whatever Merry Christmas you want to use on it. Alright, I'm going to have to bring the Big Shot up here, and I'll show you how we put this card together. It's actually really pretty easy, and it's more of an elegant type card, but it's really pretty easy. Alright, so let's go ahead and first run our little deer through, and then I'll run the card through after we get these pieces. And then this is the tree that's also in that card builder thinlits. So we're going to run these through together. And then we'll have those pieces ready. Something sticky was on there. So here's our little deer. Look how so cute he is. He's really little. This is an easy framelit to use, so I'm keeping a good eye on that one. And then we have our tree. I'm going to have to use our die brush to get this one out, because it's, or I can just, let me see, let me just poke this out real quick. Maybe it'd be easy. Yeah, it's easy to poke out. I can use the die brush on this, and it comes out super easy. Alright, so those are our two pieces there. And now what we're going to do is we are going to run our card through, and I'm going to do the large one again. I like the large one. I thought it was pretty. So we're going to set this on here, and this is the front. So we're just going to center this in the center of, this is where the magnetic platform comes in handy, because it'll hold it in place. So we're going to center that right in the center there. and just run it through. Okay, and then save that because you can use it on another card. Stamp on it and just use it. Okay, let me straighten this up there. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 5 1/4 by 4 piece and we're going to set that on top here. And the reason I made it smaller is going to give you a little wiggle room to make sure that your seam is where you want it. So we're going to turn it over, make sure you got it still, and just run a little pencil line around it. You can erase this actually. Oh my goodness, look at what I'm doing. I need to get my eraser. I'm making a big mess. You don't want it on your card front. Alright. This is just going to give you a guideline to where you need to stamp. Alright, we're going to set this part aside and start stamping. First thing we're going to do is I'm going to use some Dapper Denim, some Marina Mist, and some Pool Party. And we're going to sponge our background. My dog's hair is up here. I don't know how in the world that got here. She doesn't come back here, so. Alright, so I'm going to grab my little sponges here. And we're just going to start. I kind of go in a circular motion. Don't worry. Just use that little circle you drew as your guide. And I want it darker on the bottom. That's why I'm using the darker. And you're not going to see any of the mess, so don't worry about that. And then I'm going to take this one and use the Marina Mist next. I kind of go over the other one, the same. I'm trying to make it a little darker. I really liked it a little darker. And then we're going to use some Pool Party. The top here. I think it's time to re-ink my Pool Party. Okay, I think that's good. Let's close these all back up and we're ready to stamp. Okay, so we're going to take the Lovely as a Tree. This is a big stamp here, and I have it on my big block. And I'm going to use some Memento Black. So we're going to ink that up. You know that I like to take the stamp pad to the stamp when it's so large. You can see you're getting it all covered. We want to center that center tree in the middle. So I'm going to hopefully get it centered here. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. And so the next thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my Uniball pen, and this is just a white Uniball, and I am going to just draw like there is snow on these branches here. Let me see. It's not wanting to right now. There we go. And it's just going to give you that little bit of a look that there's snow sitting on the branches of this tree. Probably, I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll show you here in a second. And I'm just running it right along the top of those branches and down here where you may see. And you don't have to be really fussy with this part. I just want it to look like there's a little bit of snow and it's not so dark. So just follow the tree lines. Alright, I think that's good enough. And then we're going to go ahead and center this into our card and attach it, and then we'll finish it up with all the little embellishments and stuff. So this is how you are going to try to line up your circle again. and try to keep it straight. You don't want it cattywampus. I'm going to use some fast fuse. Hopefully I'm going to get it straight, because I'll be in a world of trouble if I don't. I used snail when I did my other ones, but I want this to stay, so I'm going to try to center this here. Make sure it is right in the center here. This is what you don't want to do. That's why I worry when I put fast fuse, because once it gets connected, it's going to get connected. I think that's good. See, that's why I say to do it a little bit smaller. You have a little wiggle room. So if you get off one side or the other, you're okay. Alright, so there we go. We got that done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is add my fine tip glue, and I'm going to add some dazzling diamonds to this. This is what's going to make it sparkle. This draws a really fine line, so you want to keep it really thin. You don't want it too thick, because it's not going to look like real snow if it's too thick. One of mine, I got a little bit too heavy-handed with it, so I'm trying to keep them really much thinner. And then we're going to grab our dazzling diamonds and sprinkle that on that center tree. I want it to be the focal point. So, oh, I didn't do any on this side. So let me add a tiny bit there. Add a little bit more. It really sticks to these really good. This got a little bit too much right there. It kind of went together. Okay, that's much better. I don't like for it to be too clumped up. You know, I want to put some on these too. I don't know. I just feel like I need it on these too. So let's just put, I got a big blob there, so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it all over this one. There we go. And then this one. Prettier with them all dazzling diamonds. Alright, so I'm gonna leave the dazzling diamonds out and my fine tip glue, but always cover this back up, because the point will clog up on you, so you want to keep it closed if you're not using it. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp my sentiment so I can get that where I want it. I'm just going to set it just a hair down. Hopefully I got this straight. There we go. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our tree right here, and I'm just going to use some fast fuse here. Okay, is this empty? No. And we are going to put this right here, and I'm kind of sticking it between these two trees so you don't lose, you still see that tree there. Okay, and now let's attach our little deer, and we're going to use a glue dot for him. I did use the fine tip glue on him before, and I made a big mess with it, so I'm going to just use a couple little glue dots on here. And we're going to set him right here. You can make a bunch of these. They go pretty quickly. And then I'm going to again take the fine tip glue pen and we're going to just make this tree have some snow on it. Just go all the way up the tree. And then we're going to again use the dazzling diamonds so it ties it all in together. I love this tree with the dazzling diamonds. It's so pretty. And that's it, everyone. I mean, it is really, really easy to put together. And look how pretty they are. It just looks like a really pretty, I mean, this could be my Christmas card this year. I don't know. It just might be. So if you need any supplies for this project, you can go to my blog at stampingwithamore.com and shop right from my blog. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. There are the two versions, the small and the large circle. You can make it however you like, but they're really, really pretty. So I hope you try it for yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone.